everyone, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. It is time for another episode of Starward Bound, and I hope everyone has gotten hydrated, you got your nutrients in, you hit all your 2,000 calorie diet today, because you're going to need it all. Both the viewers and, of course, the crew. I'm, of course, Pruitt, and we're about to get into some crazy Spelljammer action, but we need to cover a couple of things first. Let's go ahead and get sponsors out of the way. Tabletop Loot is a proud sponsor of us, and we are proud to have them. They supply us with some dice that roll pretty well for the most part, and if you head on over to their website, tabletoploot.com, and use the WebDM15 code, you will get 15% off of dice, mugs, t-shirts, the whole shebang-a-bang. So go ahead and give them some love, because they give us love all the time. And also, this, of course, is part of our ongoing charity drive event that is put together by the man behind the screen tonight, Grant Ellis. It is benefiting, all proceeds go to the Trans Lifeline and also the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So please keep those donations coming in. For every $100 mark we hit, we will draw a Sooth card. Grant will throw one up there, and it will have some impact over the narrative tonight, whether that be for the players, against the players. We'll have to see what gets drawn. So just keep that in mind. But, you know, if you have money, give, because they're both very good causes. So let's get around to cast and crew, and then we'll get a little bit of a recap before we jump back into the action and finish off this to be continued. So first and foremost, Greg, how are you doing tonight, sir, and who are you playing?
I'd like to say I'm doing well, but I'm not. I'd like to say that Elry Tossbottle, the halfling arcane trickster that I'm playing, is optimistic, but he's not. We are staring down the chute of hell incarnate, and I have 39 hit points. So as the end draws near, as does 2018, I will simply say that Elry's had a good run. He loves you all, and if you're thinking about sending a Sooth card, or I don't know, a crit success, or I don't know, a couple dozen hit points somebody's way, while also contributing to a great cause, I would take him. I would take it all, a lot, over and over again. Fuck the rest of these people. I don't care about them at all. Save my halfling. Merry Christmas.
If that is the Christmas spirit, I don't know what is. Moving on over, same questions. Emma, how you doing? Who you playing?
Hey, Pruitt, I'm good. I am not in my house, although you can't tell, except for the echoiness and possibly the squealing of my son about dump trucks and excavators that you might hear today. Yeah, I'm good. I am nervous that you're going to ruin Christmas for me, Pruitt, and we're friends, and you wouldn't really do that to me, would you? Would you?
No.
No? Okay, good, because as a Jew, I take Christmas very seriously. You better not fuck it up for me. I love you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm playing Hildegard. She's a cleric.
Well, that's awesome. I'll try not to fuck it up, and hopefully your kid didn't hear you screaming that through the house. So next up on the list, Trey, how you doing, sir? First off, the dude's looking fly, and tell us about your character there.
Hey man, I mean, in case you've been like living under a rock, man, who here doesn't know about Sintel? This dope ass half elf Kinsey monk that loves to smoke and draw. I had to go back and bring back the old school Halloween wig, because I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to see Sintel again. So you know, it's kind of like a throwback. You know, thank you for being a participant. I woke up this morning singing old Negro spirituals, trying to get prepared for everything. I do know that I got a dope ass crew of pipe hitting, just gangster ass crew members that can help get us out of anything. So, yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Who's fired up?
And that's all you need right there. And last but not least, Kiana, how you doing? Who you playing? And then go ahead and go right into that ship's log.
Hi. Well, good news. I'm finished finals. I'm done this fucking school trip. And I have a few weeks off to just hang out with friends and family and play some games and hopefully not die. You know, this is how I'm starting off my first day of the break. Fingers crossed everything goes okay. Knock on wood. Things are going to be interesting tonight. And I am very worried for E404, my Warforged Barbarian, everyone's favorite murder robo, who has no idea what's going on. It's very confused, doesn't know what to do, and it's just going to try to go along with everybody. We'll see what happens. Yeah, hopefully good things. And yeah, I guess ship logs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Opening data file 52241. We had been traveling in the dirt for 12 days. A fight broke out in the ship's quarters due to withdrawal symptoms, as the blueberry drug had been low in supply. However, we were able to synthesize more of it, and we are currently in a withdrawal program to assist the crew members and their dependency. I still do not understand why anyone would want to use these substances that impair your cognitive abilities and can lead to addiction. After some discussion and analysis of the maps, Hunter and I were able to determine the illicit base would be revealed every 100 days. We were then able to pinpoint the location and get to the base at the time it was revealed. Using the dwarven ship as a decoy, we were able to approach the base. The base has a strange similarity to a jellyfish, with all the structures seeming to be natural. Please refer to structure file 32, labeled illicit base, for more information. As we got into range, Elvie and I were catapulted towards the base. We were able to carve a hole into the possibly living wall and enter. We bumped into two of the inhabitants, and Elvie was able to calm them down by saying that he was a chosen one. He was also able to bring on Hilda and Dekul and other members of the Dawn Rose. During these conversations of convincing the inhabitants that we were meant to be there, I noted 3 things. 1, all the inhabitants are human. 2, they all refer to a leader known as He Who Watches Over All. 3, they refer to procedures of these inhabitants being re-educated to be part of a way of living. All of this behavior has led me to hypothesize that this is a cult under the overseer Illithid we fought in the water plane. After Elvie had convinced the inhabitants to lead us towards the High Priest, we had agreed that we had gotten in too far. Distracting our guides with the blueberry drug, we attempted to turn back. However, the door shut, and the overseer arrived alongside 2 of the strange creatures. I do not know what to do.
And as E404 has that realization, as the party is standing there, E, Dekul, Hilda, and Elri, alongside Cull, Tall Jean, and Tim and Eric, 2 of the red shirts, you see standing before you what you know is an Illithid, alongside 2 of these telekinetic weapons that you have fought before. And from beneath his hood, his hands extend, and he pulls his hood back, revealing his wrinkled head. These tentacles start writhing forward, blubbery and bulbous, until they extend out and look at you. And from the ends of each tentacle, you see an eyelid part and an eye reveal itself. So, what shall we do? You could give up now. Or we can fight. It is up to you. And he just stands there, staring at you.
That sounds like someone's giving us initiative.
Then let's roll initiative.
I was just going to say, Elry's just going to hide. If everybody stays calm, Elry's going to step right behind E404, and using his halfling ability, he's just going to, like Kaiser fucking Soze.
How far away are they from us?
They are about 30 feet away from you. Y'all were close to one door heading back towards the quarters for the cultists. They came in the opposite door, which your escort, before you distracted them, said was where the realigned would go to live. And you are currently in the realignment center. The sounds of realignment echo from doorways shut off to your right.
And all the doors are shut, correct? Or is it just the ones
Yeah, right now all of the doors are shut. They step through. These three creatures step through, and their doors shut behind them. And like I said, off to your right, you see 4 doors all shut. And this room itself is probably it's a good. It's kind of a circular room, but it's probably maybe like 60 feet in diameter. It's not a very large room at all.
Okay. And is there a roof?
I mean, there's a ceiling. It's about a 30-foot ceiling.
Okay, it's 30 feet up and then 60 feet across. Okay. And the 4 doors are to the right of us. The Elith that's in front of us came through a door that's behind them, and then there's a door behind us as well, correct?
Exactly. There are 6 total doors in the room.
Okay. How far are we from the door that we just came out of?
You're only about 20 feet.
All right. Unless anybody else has an action, I just wanted to do something, because I know you said we were about to roll for initiative, but can we make an action before we roll for initiative?
Well, yeah. Like this creature is just standing there, his hood pulled back, his elithid tentacles are all just looking at you, each eye a different color. But yeah, as he just kind of stands there in smug superiority.
Yeah, I'm just not going to assume that the doors are locked. They probably are. But the first thing Dakul is going to do is turn around and head to the closest door behind us and see if it can open.
Okay. So you turn to move towards that, and you hear him. He just laughs at you, and he's just staring at you. One eye is on you, and y'all see that each eye, one of them is trained on each of the party members, and the 2 robed figures flanking him have not moved. Their cowls pulled low, shadows completely covering their face.
So we get an action.
He's standing there waiting for y'all to do something, almost wanting the tension to build and let you twist a bit.
Hilda's not gonna do that.
Hide.
Or you can try to hide. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll a Sooth card now that you're standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Grant Hellis, and I am the man behind the screen. We have just hit our charity goal for the session, the first charity goal for this session. And let me reveal to you the Sooth card. Behold the path of suns. This path represents the path of the human soul, going all the way down from creation through death and destruction through rebirth. Now, I am going to play a card at random. It's the Doctor. This fucking card. Pause part of my language. Yes, so the Doctor... you never see a doctor unless you absolutely need to, and they are usually the harbingers of bad news. Yes, I'm going to give the card information over to the cast and to Pruitt. It is a nemesis card, which normally penalizes characters. You really just see them because you absolutely have to, and they are the harbingers of illness and plague. So, while this may be sinister in appearance, it could also mean good health and wisdom in dealings with challenges. And then Pruitt will have a decision. A plague will threaten everyone. A powerful NPC will rely upon someone else for survival. Someone knowledgeable might provide aid to the PCs, or the PCs will fall victim to disease, and they will suffer and not seem to heal. I understand some of these words are cut off, but I'm going to turn the time back to Jonathan Pruitt, our dear friend.
Okay. So, as this this ripple in the universe passes y'all by, your three members of the away team, you see their morale breaking. Like, they're standing here, like Tall Gene and Tim and Eric are looking at y'all and looking at this absolute horrid abomination that is standing across from you. And you're pretty sure you hear one of their, like, you're pretty sure one of their bowels let go. Like, they're about to just, like, lose it, and their sweat is forming on their brow, and they're, like, looking around, and you can hear the metal of their blade shaking in their hand.
It appears that some of you are losing resolve. Perhaps you should just give up now while you still can. We wouldn't want things to get messy, would we?
With a 28 stealth, does he see Elry while he makes his proclamation?
Well, I did roll a 20. And Elry, you're pretty sure, like, if you were to, like, kind of glance out, one of his tentacle eyes is trained right on you between E, like behind E.
What about the two that are with him?
You're not sure. They have not moved. They are standing like statues. As soon as they stepped into the doorway, they have not moved since.
I'd like to try to cast Crown of Madness on one of them.
Okay. So now we will do initiative.
Are you? Wait a minute. He can't see me. He doesn't.
Can I? Is it possible for me to do something too? Because I was planning on doing something right when he was done talking.
We are doing initiative.
I'm sorry. I tried to sneak it in.
Roll a fucking 1 on initiative.
Okay.
11.
I mean, I got a 2.
A 15.
18?
Of course, my pencil dies. Okay. E has an 18. Dakul has a 15.
Yeah.
Elry's an 11.
Yep.
And Hilda's a what?
A 2.
2. Okay. Yeah, your NPCs go after you, Hilda. And Elry, as soon as you start to cast your spell with almost preternatural speed, all three of these creatures like leap into action, like simultaneously. There's no words spoken, not a muscle twitched. They all move at the same time. So, first off, you'll feel the warp of energy as the Illithid himself like peers right at you, and a deluge of psychic energy floods over everyone in the group. So I'm going to need a intelligence saving throw from everybody there. DC is 15.
Dirty 20. Come on, man.
23.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay. E.
Nat 1.
Okay, so if you failed, you take 22 psychic damage, and you are stunned for a minute. You can repeat that save at the end of each of your turns. If you've passed, you are you only take 11, and you are not stunned.
How much damage again?
22.
Okay.
Psychic. And with that, the two telekinetics, one of them dashes forward, heading straight for Cole. It looks like Cole passed his save. He kind of like shakes his head and was like, "Ugh!" But the other three, first off, Tim and Eric just drop to the ground. Tall Gene, he's down on one knee. It looks like he failed, but he's still alive. The telekinetic on the right, on y'all's right, head straight for Cole, and as they do, you see them grow to the size of basically like an ogre, almost matching Cole's size, and two blades come out radiating with blue telekinetic energy. It looks like they just extend from the palms of this thing, and runs up, and he begins slashing. The other looks like he scores one hit on Cole. The other, you see it disappear, and Hilda, you feel it come up right behind you, and is going to initiate a grapple with you. And anybody over there, and you are stunned right now, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. And it looks like it's going to come up and initiate a grapple with you. Can't move, so got advantage on that. Yeah, so it's grappled Hilda. And anybody who sees this particular telekinetic, Hilda, you're kind of like looking out of the corner in your eye, and it looks down at you, and you see its forehead part, and an eye appears in its forehead. No pupil, no iris. It is just bloodshot sclera, or whatever it's called. Forgot. And Hilda, you feel, you deal with the flows of magic, whether divine or arcane, and you feel in your immediate surrounding, there's just silence. As you feel the magic around you is non-existent. You're not sure how far out it extends, but that is my turn. It is now E404's turn.
You gotta make that save, right?
Yep.
Oh boy. That is a solid 4.
Solid 4. So E404 is still stunned. All right. Dakul, it is your turn, sir.
Yeah, how far away am I from the Illithid now that I'm by the door?
Now that you're behind the door, you move 20 feet to the door, so now you're 50 feet away, because they were about 30 feet away from you.
Okay. Yeah, let me, they're 50, you said they're 50 feet away? Okay.
Yep.
Let me move in 30 feet to close the distance as much as I can. And then, that's cool, man. He's cool, calm, and collected. He's not scared of death. He's seen death before. So he pulls his bow out confidently and aims it directly at the Illithid.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to fire for his first attack. Oh my gosh! I wish I could see this on. Nat 20, if you can see it right there, boy.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's the first attack. And for the second attack, he's gonna pull out yet another arrow and let loose again. 10 and sorry, I'm over here looking around at some stuff. That's an 18 then. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. That's a 19. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So the first one was a nat 20, and the second one was a 19. Do they hit?
Yes, they both hit.
Okay. First one is 6 and 7. The first one is 13, and the second one is what's the thing? 13 again. So they both hit for 13.
And first one was doubled?
Oh, well, then that is a 26 then. I'm sorry. You are absolutely right. So it's a 26 and a 13.
Okay. All righty. So you let loose 2 arrows, and they both like stick, upper shoulder area, and he like recoils a bit, and you see an eye like that was looking at Elry like shift to you, and energy fills its pupil, and it fires at you. Okay. I am going to need a Constitution save, DC 16.
All right. Constitution. Come on, baby, give me something good. That's not good. That's a 12.
12? You are paralyzed for 1 minute. You can make a save at the end of each of your turns, but for right now, you are paralyzed.
Yeah.
It is now Elry's turn.
Okay. Elry knows that the Illithid could see him. Did the others react as if they could see him as well? Does it look like they're sharing sight between their... Because I'm going to attempt to hide again with my bonus action before I do anything. So if that's why I'm kind of basing my staggered effect here. But
you don't think that they reacted to you, but like as you're hiding, if you were to look at the one that's like holding Hilda, they're kind of like looking out of the corner of their eye at you. So they must be sharing some kind of, I mean, they're, like I said, there's no speaking, but it would be safe to assume that they're, sharing telepathic thoughts.
Okay. I am going to then use my cunning action to hide again before I do anything else.
Okay.
That is an 18 plus 12, which is a 30.
Okay. For all you think that you managed to. Everybody seems to be engaged, so you think you're hidden. You've been lost in the deluge of action.
Okay. So as he's dipping and weaving between the stunned feet of E404 and kind of rolling out among the feet of the shitting themselves crew members, and as he spins around, he is going to look up at the one that has hold of Hilda, and he is going to cast Crown of Madness on it. And that is a DC 15 wisdom save at disadvantage because he's magical ambush. If they don't know, if they know where he is, it's just a regular save. If then it's disadvantage.
First off, how far away are you from Hilda when you do this?
If it requires me to roll out of her bubble of silence, I'll do that. So, he was over by E404 narratively. I don't know where E404 was.
I will say, I will re-describe. I'm sorry. Maybe it got lost in translation. What I mean is magic is silenced. Like when this thing opens its eye, like Hilda can feel her connection with magic cut off.
I got you now. If
you would like to amend your action,
he's going to make sure he's not in that.
Yeah.
So he's going to, whenever he feels his magic, he's going to use it. Does that make sense?
Sure. you cast your spell and you feel the crown like reach out with your senses, and it about 5 feet away from them, it just disappears and dissipates. And you're pretty sure now it is a bubble of magic, a 5-foot bubble around them.
Fan fucking tastic. Okay. He's going to run out of the room.
Okay.
Hit you got dead.
Which direction are you going to run? And all the doors are shut. Just so you know.
He's gonna get to whatever fucking corner is the darkest and stay as far away from all the combatants as he can.
Okay. I mean, you can kind of run to the very back of the room past the door you are trying to get out. That would be the furthest away from them.
Lovely. Hey, everybody. My next character is going to be a swashbuckler.
Okay. Hilda, it is your turn.
All right, cross your fucking fingers. Is this which kind of saving throw is this? Int?
Intelligence, yes.
Cross your fucking fingers. That's a 9.
You got a 9?
Got a 9.
Okay, so Hilda is still stunned. It is now the NPC's turn. So Tall Jean.
I'm gonna donate, you guys. I'm donating.
Tall Jean manages to stand up and shake it off. And Cole, who is currently screaming and raging and going toe-to-toe with this large beast of a telekinetic, Cole does what he does. And he lands a couple of solid blows on this thing. It looks like the first one, it looks like the first one doesn't do as much as the second, but it still looks like a couple of solid blows as they are just trading shots. And at the end of that turn, Elry, I am going to need give me a strength save, sir. As you feel...
What kind of bullshit is strength save?
Yeah, as you feel the familiar grip of telekinesis reaching out for you from the overseer.
Okay, that's a nat 1 that I get to reroll.
That is certainly the case.
Fuck, I got to use luck. At the 12, I got to use luck because that's hey everybody, I got a dirty 1.
Oof. Okay. You get pulled back into the fray as the overseer just kind of no, come back, Elry. You should join your friends together. And he pulls you back into the fray. He pulls you 30 feet back, which puts you kind of right in the middle of everything. You're still on the ground. You just kind of get slid backwards. And with that, we are back to the top of the initiative order. The one on Hilda, continues to grapple Hilda and actually moves closer to where Elry is. So Elry, you feel that bubble of anti-magic kind of envelop you as it kind of drags Hilda over just a bit. Cole continues to trade blows, and he takes a telling blow from this thing, but he's raging, so he's not really feeling it. E404.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Great. That is a 6.
It's a 6. Okay.
Yep.
Y'all see as E404 is transformed into a docile-looking little sheep as you are polymorphed. You feel this thing change your metal form, and you are polymorphed into a sheep as the overseer kind of chuckles.
Lambs to the slaughter, like all before.
E, it is your turn. Yeah, and you're now a sheep.
I am now a sheep.
Yeah.
Am I still a stunned sheep?
Technically, yes, you're still a stunned sheep. So you could make your roll. You can make your roll to try to not be stunned.
That is a 19.
Okay, so you are not stunned now, but you are still a sheep.
Cool. I am still a fucking sheep.
Yeah. It is now DeCool's turn.
Yeah, I'm still paralyzed.
Okay, so I need you to go ahead and make your con save again.
Come on, baby. There's some good. Pop out. Oh, that's not it. The 6.
Okay. Alrighty. Elry, you can try to break out of this telekinesis. You are standing adjacent to this thing that's just holding Hilda.
Am I, for all intents and purposes, am I like fucking grappled, or is this?
No, you can move about. You would, if you wanted to move physically, like move your position, you would have to try to break free of the telekinesis. But your arms are free. You could try to stab this thing if you wanted, or you know that you wouldn't be able to cast a spell. You don't feel magic. Like it is silenced to you. You don't feel that pull. So.
All right. Fuck. Yeah, let's do some straight up fighting. That seems like the way out of this. Okay, fuck this. Fighting's not going to get me out of this. So this is where we have some fun. Oh shit! Never mind. I can't fucking cast anything. God damn it! Oh, let's fight. I'm gonna shoot the fucking guy that's holding Hilda. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. What?
I meant with the 2.
Okay. What were you shooting? Your pistol?
It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't. Yes, I had my pistol in my hand.
Well, no, this is what I'm going to say is you're in this bubble and you pull the trigger, maybe like not thinking like, oh, this maybe not work, but your pistol fires inside this bubble.
I'm just hoping I don't hit Hilda. Yeah, so that would be a 2 plus whatever is whatever 10.
Okay.
10 hit.
Nope. It flies wide, but the thing kind of like looks down at you and you just see this pupilless eye like looking at you, and it kind of blinks, and you feel like a split second of magic return, and then it opens back up. But yeah, Elry, Hilda, it is your turn.
All right, cross your fucking fingers again. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to yell so loud, I'm definitely going to teach my son to say fuck. Fuck! Got an 8.
Oh, man. Looks like, wow. Okay. And it is the NPC's turn. Elry, your compatriot, Tall Gene, joins you. And he goes running up to this thing. Hey. Yeah. He goes running up with his short sword and stabs this thing right in the side. And it kind of, and you hear it grunt a little bit. And kind of look down at him with just anger. Tries to move around to get Hilda in between the two of you, almost using as a dwarven shield. And with that, at the end of that, Cole, he attacks a couple more times, and this Soul Knife and this Barbarian are just taking chunks out of each other as he gives back just what he gave, what he received this last round. And you see the Illithid train an eye on Tall Jean. And a beam of green energy fires out, and Tall Jean turns to dust and rains to the ground.
Oh, he got Thanos?
Yeah, he got disintegrated. So that sucks.
Tall Jean looks at Elry. I don't feel so good, Elry.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Toss Bottle. And then just disintegrates. So yes, all your red shirts and Tall Jean are deceased. It is back to the top of the order. And Elry, I am going to need you give me another strength save as this telekinetic that is grappling Hilda. You see them like look at you and their eyes kind of flare blue, and give me a strength save.
Two. A fucking 2 again.
That sucks. Do you leaving it at that? Okay. So you're going to take some damage as you feel this. You feel this one. Basically, it looks like they're reaching out with their mind and just like crushing you. So you're going to take 10 damage from that as they start psychically crushing you, and you can still feel the overseer like holding you in place. And it is back to E404.
Yes. What's close to me, Pruitt?
You mean you were over there with Cole, so there's like a big battle happening like right there, like next to you. As they're both kind of like almost, this ogre-sized telekinetic with two like blue shining blades, and Cole just using his fists like always, or just like going at it like a couple of colossuses. What's the plural on that? Whatever. Anyway.
Can I fucking headbutt this dude?
Wait, real quick. I can't take cunning or uncanny dodge when I'm grappled, can I?
I mean, when you're grappled, you have disadvantage on dex saves, correct?
Right. So I haven't been taking uncanny dodge for this damage I've been taking because I figured I couldn't use it.
Well, actually, no, you're incapacitated. So you can't take actions or reactions.
That's what I thought. Okay, just checking. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. I mean, I'm playing it a little bit different because I'm saying that you can. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, E, what are you thinking?
I would like to headbutt the closest enemy.
Okay. The soul knife that is fighting Cole is like 10 feet away.
Yeah, I don't know what to roll for it.
Roll a d20 to see if you headbutt them.
That's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you run into this thing and It kind of hurts. You take a hit point of damage.
Great.
Dakul.
All right, I had to unmute. Yeah, so I'm like 20 feet from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far are they? Are they still relatively close together? I think you already know what I'm about to fire up.
Okay. Wait, did you break out of your paralysis last round?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
I just want to get a good idea. And this is legal before even people start asking questions. Nothing funny about it. Yeah, so let me roll. It's a con save, right? Hey, I figured, anybody in a firing range gets that last cigarette before it's a wrap, right? 17.
You snap free of your paralysis.
Holy shit.
What do you do the second you feel it break? Just so you just...
This is what I do.
Well, I mean, you can't. Unfortunately, you have to break free at the end of your round, so you can't do any actions. I'm just saying, do you like immediately start to move, or do you stay still?
Well, if I can't take an action, then I shoot. Then I can't use a bonus action either for taking like a.
No, that's the thing about these saves is when you save, it's at the end of your action, so your actions are used up this round.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna sit and let me move back by 10 feet because he hit me. I'm 20 feet close to him. Let me move back another 10 feet.
Well,
that's an action.
Well, I mean, I meant more of like, are you continuing to play possum, or do you show that you can move? That's all I'm really asking.
No, I'm gonna play possum.
Okay. That's all I really wanted to know. If you're like, okay. So that's the cool. Elry.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, sir?
I have to shoot the one that's holding Hilda. So I'll shoot the one that's holding Hilda.
Okay.
That's a fucking 3. So is a 11 going to hit?
No, it does not. I'm sorry.
Okay. See you guys next turn. Maybe.
Fuck. I honestly don't know if I've ever seen rolling like this bad. Like this is. Anyway, sorry. Hilda.
Hi. All right. Cross your fingers again. The cool says it's just a clove, everybody.
You're breaking the mystique.
I'm breaking the mystique for Twitch terms of service.
Well done.
Yes. 19.
Okay. You are no longer stunned.
I'm only grappled by an anti-magic fucker.
Yes, you are only grappled by an anti-magic fucker, so to speak. It's Cole's turn, and he is continuing to trade blows, and that's a 20. So, he is trading blows with this thing. It looks like he gets a really good hit on this thing, and then you see parts of its wounds kind of closing up almost immediately, like shimmering with like blue energy. So it still took some damage, but not nearly the telling blow that Cole gave. Back to the top of the initiative. We'll say, at least I'm rolling crappy on its mental, anyway, it doesn't matter. It is going to fire a beam, the overseer. You see it turn its red eye on Cole, the one that had hit Dakul, and he fires a beam, and it hits Cole, and fucking Cole does not even hesitate. Roll a 16, which is what I need. So that doesn't work. The soul knife on Cole only lands one hit this round. and Hilda. This thing continues to grapple you, and it moves you again. So give me an opposed athletics check, since it's trying to kind of pull you away from Elry to use you more as a shield.
10.
Okay, it does manage to kind of drag you, pull you back a little bit, and kind of hunker down. So Elry, any shots now, it's basically using Hilda as cover. So it's going to be a little harder. But that is the end of their turn. It's back around to E404.
I'm still a sheep. I'm just gonna fucking ram this guy.
You are a sheep.
That's a fucking 15. Where were you earlier, higher rolls?
Okay. You ram into its leg, and you're just like kind of bounce off of its leg. It's large leg, and nothing really happens. Dakul, it is your turn, sir.
I cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
I want the illithid to be the prime focus, and if any one of his other two underlings is out of range, then that's fine. But I would just want to make sure that the illithid is in.
And it's 20 feet by 20 feet.
That is correct.
Okay. Actually, you would only be able to get the illithid by itself. You would be able to get both of the telekinetics because they are within a 20-foot cube around you. But so it's one or the other. So you going for the illithid?
I'm going for the illithid.
Okay. So you so what do I need to make?
17 con save.
Con save. Okay. I mean, I got a 12. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So he's for everybody in the party. You can hit with advantage now. Yeah, I'm going into I'm closing that 20 feet of distance, and I'm pulling my steel out. This is my second attack, correct?
Well, Fairy Fire, is that an action or a bonus action?
It has it on my D&D page. Is just is a limited use. Let me see. Let me just double check. It's not listed as a bonus action or an action. Okay, let me give me a moment. Sorry about that. I should know that.
Let's see. Because if it's an action, then that is your action. You could take. Okay. I mean, you could still take a bonus action.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't count as that counts as an attack, right? Because I get 2 attacks.
Well, no. If you take the attack action, you get 2 attacks. If you cast the spell, then that is your action.
Okay, completely understand.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, it doesn't say. So it's just I guess it's just action then. So then I'll just sit back and admire my work then.
Okay. Do you do anything with your bonus action?
He's not close enough for me to do an unarmed attack, so I can't.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm just saying you could take like the dodge action with your key point. Or you could take a move.
Oh, okay. I thought that counted as an action as well. All right. Well, then.
No. That's like those key point things are bonus actions, and so you could like move with a key point or take the dodge action with a key point. I was just wondering.
Yeah, no. Then I'm most certainly taking patient defense, and I'll spend a key point on that. So it's the dodge action.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn. Elry.
All right. Fuck this asshole. Dakul's brother just blew smoke and lit him up with fairy fire. And as he's lit with fairy fire, and as Hilda is now being shielded, and he's not going to shoot at a covered target through his captain, whom he loves dearly and has kissed, but she doesn't remember, he will instead pull his gun out and he will shoot at the fucking overseer, and that's advantage, right?
That's advantage. Yes, it is. It's a range attack with advantage.
That's an 18 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to go with the 18. So it's going to be like a 26 or something. So laser pistol. That's an 8 for my damage. So we're going to start off with 12 damage. And then I'm going to roll 5d6 for sneak attack because I was able to attack with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
5 and 6 is 11. 4 and 2 is 6, is 17, and the final one, 19. So 19 plus 12 is 31. Get fucked as he just turns and is fighting through this shit, and he just fires at that guy and hits him right in his fucking octa mouth.
Alrighty.
Happy holiday.
Okay. Yeah, you blast, you hit him right in the face, and I'm going to say that was a good enough hit. Hang on.
Do I feel something loosen?
Actually, I rolled a 2, which is his telekinetic tentacle, and you actually blast it off of his face. It goes flying, purplish blood splatters, and his other tentacles like waver, and he like looks right at you, Elry, and is like, "You will not kill me so easily like last time, Toss Bottle."
All right, I'm standing up. I yell over to DeCool, and Elry is pissed. The last time he's been this fucked up, E404 did it to him, and that's okay. But he's sitting there bleeding out of his fucking ears and his eyes and shit. And he turns, and DeCool, for the first time perhaps ever, you see the bloodthirsty pirate that is your pint-sized friend. And he just screams and he goes, "Let's get this fucking guy!" And he just disappears.
Hell yeah!
I'm going to hide. He's going bonus action to hide. I'm going to disappear into the shadows, and I'm going for that son of a bitch.
Okay, give me that hide.
That's a natural 20, so you better be rolling pretty fucking good to beat a 32.
Yeah, you run and hide as he's like recoiling and shaking his head in anger, and like DeCool, like I said, this purplish blood like splays out and that tentacle flops to the ground. He does not look happy. Hilda, it is your turn.
All right, I can now move. I am grappled. I am going to use my action to attempt to break this grapple.
Okay.
That is what I am doing. All right. Just roll athletics check, or
Yep, it's going to be an opposed athletics to break the grapple.
okay. 17.
You manage to force your way out. You can feel this thing like it doesn't have like a lot of girth to it, right? But its arms are like steel. Okay. But you manage to wiggle out of it, and it looks at you, and it kind of takes a step back. Its hands are up, and you see the crystals in its palms, and they are glowing a soft blue. What do you do with the rest of your move and bonus?
Was that my action? Okay. That was
Breaking the grapple is your action, yes.
My move is I am moving as far away from these things as I possibly can.
Okay.
And then my bonus, I didn't expect it to work, so I didn't plan ahead. My bonus is going to be not that. Not that. Fuck it. I'm gonna get spiritual. Wait, no. No, I'm not. What am I doing? I'm doing a thing. It's happening for sure. I'm just going to cast a spiritual weapon and put it on the overseer.
Okay.
That is what I'm doing right now, and I'm running the fuck away from those guys where I cannot cast things. Fuck them.
Okay, like I was telling Elry, as soon like it's only like a 5-foot bubble around this thing. So as soon as you move like away from being adjacent, it does not you break free of this anti-magic bubble.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so go ahead and give me that roll on the spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. It's got advantage, right?
It has advantage.
Sweet. 26 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
That's a hit. All
What
right.
level did you cast spiritual weapon at, by the way?
Just a second.
Okay.
All right, but good. That is 11 damage.
Okay. You come up with your spiritual weapon, which what does it look like again now?
Now it looks like, right now it just looks like a fucking scythe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So it
That's
slashes
what it
in.
looks like.
You see a fresh line of purple light up on the overseer's chest as it cuts through the fabric. Cole, he continues trading blows with this thing. His breathing is a little labored, but he's still going at it. Top of the initiative. The overseer does not look happy being surrounded by all you peoples.
I hate to interrupt, but is polymorph concentration?
It is, but it is a effect of a ray, and so it works slightly differently. Because you blew off the telekinetic ray, you removed it. That is why I had it drop the telekinesis. It is not a spell it is casting. It is, I'm basically altered the beholder. Anyway. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the Mind Flayer himself. He is going to cast. You see him start to float as he starts to lift up off the ground. It looks like he's going to levitate up and try to get out of your range. But he does not move any other action, so he's taking he's casting that. You can make an attack of opportunity if you'd like, but he is going to lift up about 30 feet in the air.
We can only take attacks if we're in melee, right? We can't.
Right. I thought that somebody was in melee. Never mind. I thought you had moved up there. Sorry. Anyway, he's moving up, and then you see the one on Hilda that was grappling Hilda. They close their eye, and you see them teleport once again, and they pop up right next to the overseer. And you see blue energy flow from their hands to the overseer, and some of the wounds knit up a little bit. Its tentacle kind of closes off and cauterizes, but it's not fully healed. But it does heal up just a bit. And then the soul knife on Cull. Cull's breathing is getting very labored as they are just trading shots. And there is it's getting a little hard to like walk with your little like sheep feet because there's like a pool of blood from both of them, the human and half ogre alike. Like it's just a pool of blood that is forming around them as they are just mercilessly tearing into each other. Back to E.
You see a bloodied sheep attempt. Okay, so Pruitt, if as a sheep, can I just do sheep things? Or can I do other things?
Well, as per the polymorph spell, you can't speak, cast spells, or take any other actions that require hand or speech. The target's game statistics, including mental abilities, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains your alignment and personality. So, I mean, you are you, but you, you're a sheep.
Okay. The sheep would like to rage? That's a thing?
Odd or even?
Oh, we're going odd.
Mostly just because I think this would be funny. I rolled a 17. So yes, I would say that the sheep can rage.
Sheep is gonna fucking rage. I do not know if this will activate the fire thing, because that is definitely a E thing. But
I'm going to say it does not have activate your fire thing, but you are raging right now.
I am a very angry sheep. I'm gonna fucking headbutt this dude.
Sheeps of rage, yes. Okay, give me a headbutt. Give me a roll.
That's an 18.
Okay, that hits.
Let me fucking headbutt this thing.
Okay, you headbutt this thing.
Okay. Yep. I headbutt this goddamn.
How many hit points does the sheep have, or a goat?
I believe a sheep has 3 hit points. And I already lost 1.
Okay. A goat has 4 hit points. Okay. All right. So roll that damage.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
It's a D4 plus 1, and then plus your rage.
All right. That's 5 points of damage.
Okay. So you run forward and hit this thing. And you're going to take 2 points of damage from hitting this thing because it doesn't feel good.
No.
Yeah. Dakul, it is your turn.
Yeah. So we got a floating Elithid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how high above me is he?
He floated up. I believe that levitate you can float 20 feet at a time, I believe. So yeah, he's about 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah. It is not going to save you in the taste of my steel. I'm gonna run to the closest wall that he is. How far away am I from the closest wall?
He stayed back by the door, so literally like how far did you move up? You moved up near him?
Yeah. I was 20 feet of distance.
Okay,
total.
so it's about 30 feet to the wall, and then it would be another like 20 feet up the wall to close to where he is.
Yeah. All right, so I've got 45 feet. So can I run up the wall and then jump and then get towards him before I do an attack?
Yeah.
Let's get gangster with it. Yeah, so that's exactly what that's gonna sit and pity this man, for he thinks he can get away. Sprints towards the wall, puts his foot on it, spirals up the wall, and leaps towards him, pulling his steel and attacking. 10 and it is 18.
An 18 does hit.
All right. For his second, you want me to roll damage now or keep attacking? For his second attack, it's going to be he swings with his sword, but he still keeps both hands on the hilt to mash the hilt of this beautiful sword named after Cole the Beautiful. So for his second attack, ground, let me see where we at. 10 again, so that's another 18. Does that hit? Yeah, that does hit.
Yep.
Okay. So, and then for my bonus action, he's coming with flurry of blows. So for those two additionals, let me roll that one. The first one is a 26. And the second one, he's going to use a stunning strike to go along with it.
Okay.
That is possible, correct?
Yeah, you can stun all you want. What save am I doing, Con?
Oh yeah, it's a 19 plus 8. That's a 27. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. That's it. For Stunning Strike, the save on that is a 17. Let me see, make sure which category that's in. Give me one moment.
Is that a con save?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but I just want to double check, brother, if you don't mind. Actually, I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. Stop at the end. Yes, it is a con save.
Okay. So I got a 15 in that case.
Yes, all four attacks hits in the stun. This is a beautiful day. Hooray! All right. So the first damage is so the first one's 14, the sword, and the unarmed. The next 3. 5. Oh shit! Yes, it's 24. The second one is a 15. Oh, I'm so sorry. No. Take that back. I am so sorry. I rolled the wrong dice for that second one. Apologies. Apologies. It's not that. That is not correct.
Okay. Are you doing flurry? Like, just so I know, are you doing flurry of blows also?
Yeah, that was flurry. Okay. That was flurry of blows.
Okay.
That second one was not 24. The first one was 14. The second one was a 12. Apologies.
A 12 does not hit.
And 7. No, that doesn't hit either. Okay. All right. So only the sword attack hits, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one was 14. Second one, and then we'll roll it again. And the other one was 12 again. Oh man! And just like that, the luck ran out. All right. So yeah, 14 points of damage.
14 total?
Yes.
Okay, and it looks like he is stunned. As he's just kind of like sitting there. But he starts to actually being stunned though, yeah, he starts to float back down as his because levitate is a concentration spell.
Okay. I will take it.
Okay. Elry, it is your turn.
Okay. Elry is going to do 2 things. Is the fairy fire still effective on the Mr. Tentacle Puss? Is he still okay? I'm going to check something before I tell you what I'm going to do. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if Elry knows what Greg knows? Or what Greg has been told?
I mean, hey, Elry's been around. You can cast spells. You've been around wizards. You've been stealing from them your whole life. So, I mean, that's what, make an Arcana check.
Okay. That is, let's go down to it, everybody. Can you see it? Wait. I can't.
No. Did you roll a 20?
Yeah, it's a 20. Damn it.
Okay. You have the most amazing moment of clarity that Elry has ever had. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, now crossbow expert allows me to shoot, fire, and shoot, right?
Yep.
All right. So the first shot is going to go at the fucking overseer.
Okay.
With advantage.
That it is.
That is an 8. So it'll be a 16 and an 18 plus an 8 is a 24. So I'm assuming 24 hits the overseer.
Oh, yeah.
Stunned.
In his stunned ass, yeah.
6 plus 4 at 10, and then sneak attack. 6 plus 4 is another 10, so it's 20. 24. And a 6 is 30. So for 30 damage on him is one shot. Ellery twirls the pistol because I don't have to reload it, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
He twirls the pistol and shoots sheep.
He shoots E? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, roll damage for that.
I don't have to roll to hit. Okay. That's 8.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're going to need to roll to hit, but sorry, I thought you already rolled.
Okay, I did roll, but it was a 10 plus 8 is 18.
That hits Sheepy.
Okay, so it's an 8 plus a 4 is 12 damage.
So Sheep E had 1 hit point. So you blast the sheep and it kind of tumbles over, and as it does, just almost like a transformer, just like wah, 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 and turns back into E. And E, you pop up, taking 11 damage as Ellery blasts you out of this polymorph spell.
Cool.
Tables have turned, Overseer.
I will come back again, Ellery. You've killed me once. Kill me again and see how long it takes.
Stop sounding so creepy.
Yes. We are the heralds of he who watches over all. He sees me. He will protect me.
It is Hilda's turn.
How bad off does the Overseer look to me?
I mean, he's got 1 tentacle blown off. He's got several cuts. Some of them have been healed, but I mean, Ellery just blasted him again. Hang on a second. Let me just see something right quick.
Is he still stunned?
He's still stunned, and he's got fairy fire on him.
Okay. All right. Hilda's gonna look straight at him and yeah, she's going to cast a 5th level guiding bolt right into him. That's what she's going to try to do. And she's going to say a prayer that nobody dies because she decided to do this and not help her party, because if that happens, then she'll be very upset. But that's what I'm going to do. So I get advantage, yep?
Yes, you do.
My first roll was a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
And the second one was 9. So I critted with 5th level guiding bolt. So does that mean that I do 16d6?
Yeah. I mean, do you want to roll 16d6? I mean, go ahead.
I feel like I earned it at this point, Pruitt.
Okay.
I only have 2d6 with me. Or actually, one's a d3 because all I have are Dungeon Crawl Classics. 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 17, 20, 21, 27. Tell me when to stop. 30.
Well, you wanted to roll it all, so.
36. I think that's 8. 39. Let's see. 39. 45. 47. 49. 55. 60. And 63 plus 6. 69.
69. Oh my God. That was literally like over 2/3 of his starting hit points.
No, here's the correct answer.
Sorry.
Nice. That's what you're saying.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, so with this critical hit, your guiding bolt like punches a hole right through his chest, and he splats up against the wall. there's a golden chain around his neck. It looks very similar to the one Axum Toll had, except instead of a red round ruby, it is a blue sapphire that is in the shape of an eye. And it clangs to the ground. But as he splats against the wall, Elry, you recall the same image. He hits, and you see the life leave him as is this look of shock and disbelief that these peasants were able to end his life. But just as soon as that leaves his eyes, as the light leaves his eyes, there is a thrumming of energy that sucks in, and he disappears. And the pendant clangs to the ground. It is Cole's turn. Unless you're going to do anything with your move or bonus.
I would like to have the spiritual weapon move to one of the fuckers and attack it.
Okay, it can move at 20 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it can get 2/3 of the way to the one on Cole.
Okay, that's what it does.
Okay, and it is Cole's turn. And he is unleashing hell on his whatever. All right. Top of the turn. The two remaining telekinetics. They both, like, you see them trade a look, and they both teleport over to the walls, the wall behind to your right where it has the 4 doors. They each teleport to a door and like slam on the wall itself, and it looks like a panel on the wall kind of lights up, and the door opens. And you see inside a chamber in which a human is strapped to a bed, and like these crystals are being implanted into its arms, and they're in various stages of this implementation and implanting of these crystals. And when they hit this, like the human inside kind of like their eyes snap open, and they like pull themselves out of the beds, like pulling themselves off of the surgical equipment that is like installing these things. But it looks like they are trying to basically get reinforcements to help them. But that is their action as they do those things. And 2 more telekinetics. These don't look completed. They're not wearing robes. They look very spindly. Their eyes are sunken in. They do not look healthy. And so, but they are like staring daggers at y'all. And again, no words spoken whatsoever. Mouths completely just shut, not moving. But they kind of just rip themselves out and begin moving out into the room. E, it is your turn. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Actually, everybody give me a perception check also. Sorry.
Nice. That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
1.
8.
Okay, so E and Elry, you are sitting there and you feel the ground begin to vibrate. As soon as the overseer disappears, the ground begins to kind of shake, and like the walls, and this entire structure is just has a very like a low resonance like vibration to it that is unmistakable. DeCool and Hilda, it's y'all are kind of adrenaline's pumping. It's kind of hard to tell, but E, it is your turn.
All right. Would you say E is still raging after having been transformed out of a fucking sheep?
Yeah, I mean, you took damage.
Yep. Cool. How far away is the telekinetics from me?
It's like a move action away.
Cool. Yeah, E's still raging, so their termination protocols are engaged, and they have their targets in sight, and they're going to go up and just hit one of these telekinetics. Okay.
Are you hitting the new one? Because you could go to either door. So are you going to the soul knife or the one that has the kind of anti-magic bubble?
The one that had the anti-magic bubble.
Okay.
Fucking nat 20. All right.
They turned the tables, monk.
Indeed. Oh, right. That is a...
Big ass cat.
All right, that is 15 points of damage.
He's mighty. 15 points. Okay.
And I'm gonna hit it again. With a 17.
17 does hit.
All right. That is another 9 points of damage.
Okay. That's it for you? Yes.
Oh, and they anything within 10 feet of me takes the fire bloom.
Go for it. What is that?
Which is I believe 3 points of damage at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You see its skin kind of singe a little bit. It kind of sneers a bit at that extra fire damage. Dakul, it is your turn.
Are there any enemies that are outside of her fire bloom, or is everybody in the fire bloom?
No, you could go to the other door with the soul knife that was fighting Cole. They let another. So they're about 15 feet apart. So you could make it to either set, either the ones he's fighting, or to the left is the soul knife and that telekinetic.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you continue to do her work over there because I don't feel like getting burned. So I'm gonna go to door number 2 over there by Cole. Yeah, I'm gonna close the distance, pull the steel out again, and let's get to work.
All right.
So first attack, and I'm adding stunning strike to the first attack as well. Hey, that's a 17.
So at that, you see like a blue energy like flare up from this thing, and your attack like hits a shield, like a telekinetic shield.
All right. Cole's gonna wipe his lip a little bit, size him up again, and go in for round 2. But this time he's gonna use the butt of his sword again for more of an unarmed attack, and he's gonna add flurry of blows to go along with that.
Okay.
So the first initial attack is a 16.
Yeah, that does not hit.
Okay. And then the flurry of blows, the 2 unarmed. The first one's a 26.
That is a hit.
And the second one is a 18.
18 does not hit.
Okay. So only one hits. I didn't say stunning strike of all the attacks.
Well, no. Well, no. Remember, the thing about stunning strike is you could declare it after you hit. After you hit, you say, I want to make that a stunning strike. You don't have to declare beforehand.
All right. Then for the one that hit before, can I say I want to make it a stunning strike?
Yep. What number do I need to hit? Was it 17?
17.
12 plus 4 is a 16. So it looks like that got that. Yes, it looks like you stunned him.
That's a beautiful thing. All right, so that's an unarmed attack. The damage on that is that's only 8 points of damage.
Okay. You do 8 points of damage, and the soul knife looks like they're trying to fight through it, but they are stunned for a round. It is Elry's turn.
Okay. So with seeing everything that's going on right now, Elry is going to try to... I don't have any spell slots to fuck around with this. The perception that we had earlier of the shaking and the settling, does that seem any effect that's occurring inside this room, or is it something that is ship-wide?
You felt it come through the floor and almost like up the walls. Like seems like it is a ship-wide thing. What it is?
What about, you said the doors were closed? Are they open now, or are they still sealed?
They're closed, but you have not checked them.
Okay. Is anybody still covered in the fairy fire?
No, it was only the overseer had the fairy fire on him.
He's going to run over and try the door then. Ease back in the fight. He doesn't need to be doing this type of stuff. So he goes over to
the door they came in?
No. The door that the crew had originally come from that would lead them back down the path that they could remember to get back to the Dawn Rose.
Okay, cool.
He's going to check that door.
Okay, it's gonna be a double move to get to that one. You were about a move action away from the door they came in, and like the pendant is on the ground next to it. So it'll take a double move to get back to that door.
Yeah, I would love to go up there and get that pendant. That's what I was thinking about, but I have to see if I'm worried that this is like some type of getting rid of us. So he's going to move and then cunning action dash to get to the door, and then use his action to try to open it.
Okay. All right. You check and you see that it is still kind of locked, but you do think that you could maybe finagle the door open with an open locks check. If you want to give me that thieves tool.
Shit. 12.
Yeah, you're trying to open the door and like nothing is happening, but you do hear from the outside, like you hear someone run up to the door and is like they start banging on the door, and you hear a muffled like, "Chosen One, are you in there? What's going on? Chosen One,
open the door."
Okay. Hilda, it is your turn.
So there are two of these baddies doing this.
There's four.
There's four of these baddies doing the shit. What Hilda is going to do is she's going to do her best to help everybody survive and get out of this. So she is going to cast Aid at 4th level on E and Elry and Dakul. So everybody gets 5, 10, 15 temporary HP for the next 8 hours. So your hit point max and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. Yes. She's doing that with her main action. With her bonus action, how far is the spiritual weapon within 20 feet of any of these people at this point, or they moved all around and it's all different, right?
It could get to the telekinetic that the soul knife released. That Dakul's fighting the soul knife, and he let one out who's kind of next to him. It could reach that telekinetic who has yet to enter the fray proper.
How far away are the two dead guys from Hilda?
I mean, you haven't really moved that. You only made one move action, so they're only like 20 feet away.
Okay, I think instead she's going to use one of her moves and she's going to cast Spare the Dying on one of the dead.
Okay, which one? Tall Jean or one of the red shirts? Actually, Tall Jean is Dust. So one of the two red shirts.
One of the two red shirts.
Okay, yeah. Tim or Eric?
Eric, because I liked The Little Mermaid a lot, and he was my favorite of the princes. Even though it's a bad message for girls and women. That's the one I'm picking.
If you don't talk, you can get everything you want.
Yes, exactly.
Even though you can write, just write the note. Sorry. But, it's my biggest problem with Little Mermaid.
I'm going to give up my entire life for a dude I've never actually met. Yep. And my voice.
Got to
and all
kiss
my
you,
agency.
girl.
Yes. I'm gonna go with Eric.
Okay,
Eric
so you
is
cast
better.
Spare the Dying on Eric.
Mhm.
Okay. His you can hear a very shallow, ragged breath, but it's even. It is even and ragged somehow. Sorry. And that's the end of your action?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cole, he runs over and the cool, you're on the soul knife, right? And Cole just runs over because they are stunned. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he basically just comes over and does it's like he taught James T. Kirk how to do a double axe hand blow, right? He comes down with both hands and just like the hood's still up and just like the head just like pops down as he just screams in rage and just like drops this thing like a bad habit. And it is back to the top of the initiative. So there are E404. I'm going to need you to make a give me a strength save.
All right. That is a 17.
Well, shit. Okay, so this telekinetic that's in front of you, it looks like they kind of hold their hand up and the gem flares up, and it looks like they reach out to try to grasp you with energy, and you just shed right through it. The one next to them comes up, and their hand is glowing blue, and they're going to try to punch you. Does a 15 hit you?
A 15 does not.
So I rolled that, and then I rolled a 1. So that doesn't go well. And then cool, the other telekinetic that the Soul Knife released before its ultimate demise, it takes a couple of swipes at you. And again, its hand is just kind of like sputtering blue energy as it tries to punch you. Does a 20 hit you?
No, I got the +2 for the unarmed attack before, which raised my armor class to 22, baby.
That's how you do that. Okay, well, then the other one like tries to hit you, and you're just, deflecting aside with your blade with practiced ease. And now this round, everyone can kind of feel, and you can feel like there is a building of energy. These telekinetics don't seem concerned. They're just fighting ahead. But you definitely feel like a building of energy. And Ellery, from the outside, you can hear like some like punching on like the little panel outside the door, and they're like, Joseph, what's going on? What is it? We can't get the door open. What are you doing? What? Why are we building towards translation? What is going on? And you hear that.
Can I respond? It's not my turn. Okay, good.
It is E404's turn.
I'm just gonna try to hit these ones that are in front of me.
Okay.
Nope, that first one will not hit. Meanwhile, that second one is a 24.
That hits.
Yeah.
Are you going after the original telekinetic or the new one?
We're going with the new one.
Okay.
So that is max damage. So brain is doing math right now. 15.
That's it. 15. Okay. It is the end of finals. So. All right. So that's a hit.
And they're all gonna take another 3 points of fire damage.
Okay. Yeah. So you land a heavy blow on this one, and again, these things aren't complete yet, and so it's a pretty hardy blow, and you can tell it. You hear ribs cracking as you kind of hit this thing in the upper chest, and its left shoulder's kind of hanging slack now, but its right hand is still kind of glowing blue. and you see them kind of like look at each other, and the old telekinetic kind of like shakes their head, as you just kind of see this exchange happen between them.
Target must be eliminated.
Awesome. The cool, it is your turn.
Still hunger for the taste of blood. Whew! Wants to feel the bite of this steel. Who's close to me that can catch this ale?
Well, you have this newer telekinetic that tried to punch you. The soul knife is dead by Cull's hand.
Yeah, now Cool's gonna turn and attack him since he was foolish enough to swipe at my boy. First attack. Oh shit! Fell on the ground. Sorry. Oh, that's a 1. So that was a spectacular miss.
Okay.
For the second attack, let's see. Oh, 19 plus. Sorry, 19 plus 8 is a 27.
27 hits.
All right. And for my bonus action, of course, I'm going to do Flurry of Blows for the unarmed attacks for 2 additional.
Okay.
So the first attack. Hold on. Before I roll, that hit was a stunning strike.
Okay.
Give me the 17. Give me the 17. Give me the 17.
Okay, so they are stunned. So your flurry of blows attacks are at advantage because they are stunned.
That's a beautiful thing. All right, so let me grab this. First one's 13. Second one's a 17. So 17, 9 is a 26 for the first one.
Oh yeah.
And the second one is a 12 and a 12. So that's still going to be 21. Is it 21 hit?
Oh yeah, so that's 3 hits.
That's a beautiful thing. All right, so the first one is 8. First hit was a +5, hits for 8. The second one hits for 5, hits for 9, and the final one hits for 6. So that's 8 and 9 is 17 plus 6 is 23.
All right. Yeah, you slash it 3 times across the chest, the thighs, and then up one arm, and it is barely standing, as it is kind of standing there stunned from your onslaught. Do anything with your move, or are you staying in it?
That is it. I used my last bonus action, and I did an unarmed attack, so I'm at 22. Yeah, I'll stay here.
Okay. Cool.
He's on his. Is there anybody? Is Cole still beside me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me take a movement of just 10 feet, just to back up, so I can give Cole some space to do his work.
Okay. So you kind of back away. He's stunned, so he can't do an opportunity attack, and that makes it Elry's turn. You're at the door, and these disciples that y'all have anointed with the holy blueberry juice are outside. It sounds like they're frantically trying to open the door. What's your play here?
Okay, so he's going to yell through the door, "Get back! Get back!" And to actually give them time to get back, Elry's going to turn and spin and aim 90 feet away he is now from. He's going to squint, eye up, nice and easy over Cole's shoulder, and take a shot at that one that's stunned.
Okay.
Give me a sec, everybody. Just chilling out real quick. Because my die is the greatest die in the history of the world. As anybody that's ever played in real life with me will attest that Hemingway rocks the house. Because do not ask For whom Hemingway rolls, it rolls for thee. And so I would like to shoot. That is an 8 plus a 4 is 12. 24 regular damage plus 9, 18. This is going to be a lot. Wait, let me do this one. 34, 42, 7, another 14, 2, 56, and 66.
66 damage.
66.
God damn. Okay, so here's the thing. Elry, you draw a bead right on this thing, and it's as it's sitting there swaying, and you fire off, and you see your bolt hit this thing right in the throat, right in one of the blue sapphires that is at the throat. And there is a immense explosion of energy. Dakul, you move 10 feet away, so you have advantage on this dexterity save because you're not immediate, but Cole is right next to this thing. Hang on.
Dex save. All right, so
Yeah, give me a dex save.
first one was a 16. It's a 19, which makes it a 24.
Okay, yeah, you managed to kind of tuck up. You just kind of get pushed back like 10 feet. You don't take any damage as the concussive wave from this thing, as you remember last time. Cole, on the other hand, he takes the brunt of this, and you see him go limp and start to fall. And you remember all this energy kind of gets sucked back in on itself, and you actually see him get sucked into this void. And Cole disappears as he drops. And the body of this thing and the soul knife and Cole, there's just nothing there. The wall also begins to crumble. You hear secondary explosions going off inside the chamber where this thing came out, was extricating itself. And you're pretty sure if this thing was having these gems implanted in them in there, that it's not going to get any better. So that is Elry's turn. You doing anything else? Bonus move?
Yes, I am bonus action pretending I wasn't the one that shot.
Where'd that come from? You're doing the John Travolta.
Travolta.
Okay. Hilda, it is your turn.
Okay. Hilda, so that happened. Cole's fucking gone.
Cole just disappears.
There are two left.
There's still 2 left on E. You still have 1 more red shirt on the ground.
Mhm.
And give me a perception check.
16.
It is the goddamnedest thing that you've ever heard, but you swear to God you heard Templeton Ledbetter for a split second. A very muffled, but it just him screaming your name. But you're not, like, again, it was just like, wait, did I just, what? You know, you're not sure, but.
For the narrative, was it a sexy scream?
No, it was a screaming at the top of his lungs to try to get her attention scream.
No, if it's not sexy, I disregard it entirely.
Okay. But also, Hilda, you also get a missive from outside as you feel magic come to you, and it is Hun-Her too. The Illithid ship is rejoining the base. We were unable to keep them on a chase. We are trying to close, but they are fast. The Dawn Rose is about to engage. I'm not sure what is happening in there, but you are about to have more company.
Okay.
And you know that this is a sending spell, and you can respond.
All right, I will tell them we have neutralized the overseer for now. Getting back to the ship as soon as we can. And with that, she's going to use her bonus action to spare the dying on the other guy.
Okay.
And then with her action, she's going to do a thing. She's going to guiding bolt at third, since she's removed from these guys. She's going to hit one of them with a guiding bolt.
Okay. Are you hitting the unfinished one that was in the middle of the operation, or the one that freed them?
The one that freed them.
Okay. The anti-magic one. Okay.
Yes. I got a 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right. 3, 5, 3, 5, 8, 10, 16, 22, 28. Is that 6 or is that just 5?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I think that's 6. Plus 6 is shit. What did I say?
28 plus 6?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, yeah, you this thing that had grappled you and kept you inert for a couple of rounds, you pop it with a guiding bolt, and for the second time, your guiding bolt ends a life as you hammer this thing against the wall, and it kind of just slides down and comes to a rest, quite dead.
All right, and then I'm going to announce to everybody, if I can, we have to get the fuck out. The ship's on its way back.
Okay, so you announce that out. Cull is gone. Back to the top. There's only one of these things left, and E404. You see this thing, like it sees its compatriot like slam against the wall, and it looks at you, and it just drops to the ground, and it's just holding its hands up, like, and it actually looks scared. But it still does not make a noise. It's just like not making eye contact and showing complete subservience, and that is what it's doing with its action. You feel again the ground. There is a building, like it is now definitely like shaking. You can feel yourself shaking. Your armor, if you have anything on you, there's now any kind of metal is rattling. And now it is E404's turn.
All right. This is interesting. What roll do I make to try to come out of a rage? Because the other options is not nice.
Well, I mean, he's been getting better and better at controlling their rage. So I mean, that's up to you. I would say if you wanted to, you could make a wisdom saving throw. I would put the DC rather low, considering you've made strides as far as retaining your memories, and you've repaired a few chips here and there. But if you really want to, make a wisdom save DC 12.
That is a fucking 12.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you want, you can, you see this thing as not really a threat anymore, whether or not you want to finish it.
Yeah. So where the termination protocols would normally call for just terminating, a bit of each programming comes in and starts to shut it down. And if the telekinetic care to look up, see that the red of the eyes start to fade,
Mhm.
as he comes out of their rage.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check as you do that.
Dirty 20 again.
30, 20. Yeah, you see as you kind of clear your mind and look at this creature, you see it's bold, probably female. I don't know how hard it is for E to tell male to female with humanoids. But you think it's a female. But along its forearm, you definitely see some lettering, number and letters branded into its arm, and it says TK808.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything. He's just going to stand there.
Okay. You're not going to move or anything. You're just going to stand there. Just want to make sure before we move on.
I'm just, wait, how far away? Everyone else kind of around the door?
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Well, technically, the last threat has surrendered to you.
Yeah.
So we can move out of initiative for now if you would like, and kind of move more narrative. You definitely feel this shaking. There are more small explosions, but they're getting more. They're quicker in succession from the other pod where that telekinetic was being operated on, where somebody blew up something. Not really sure who. And so, what would y'all like to do right now?
Hilda wants to cast mass healing word on the 4 of us and the 2 that are now at 0.
Okay. So Hilda, you're doing that. And both Tim and Eric, their eyes kind of flutter open and they start to,
They take, they get 10 back.
Okay.
Actually, I've rolled max. Everybody gets 10 back.
Okay. So yeah, they kind of open their eyes and sputter and start sitting up. This telekinetic is still just kind of sitting there, not making eye contact and hands out. So who's doing what?
Elry's going to, as soon as he screamed into he gave them ample warning. He gave them 6 seconds to get away from the door. He's going to whip out his lightsaber and try to cut through the lock that had proved troublesome.
Okay.
He
Just
might take somebody in the ear hole, but who cares? He gave them time to get away.
Just give me a damage roll on that, just to see how long it'll take.
Did you tell me it was a D10? I'm not sure I had that. Okay. 7 plus.
Okay. Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you managed to kind of cut through the lock, and the door kind of springs open just a little bit. You'll have to kind of force it the rest of the way open, but you managed to at least unlock it. And you look out, and there's 3 of your cultists that they look in once you open the door, and they see just the carnage in the room behind you, and they're like,
Elry goes,
Chosen.
tell me.
What the?
No, focus. Tell me. Naboo hasn't signed the trade deal yet, have they? The treaty is unsigned.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's going on?
I don't know. Don't look in there. Cover your eye.
Oh my. Yeah. The Guardians are slain? What is going on? I thought you were the chosen one.
They went crazy to attack each other.
Oh my God. Oh. And then your 3 cultists turn around and they're running back the opposite way.
He thinks about shooting them and realizes there's just no time. So he turns, I've got the door open.
Okay.
And he's using the saber as like a guiding you in cone, this way. This way.
Going nowhere. Okay.
Yeah, Dakul sees that and he's going to do exactly that, head in that direction.
Okay. So you're heading that way. Hilda, give me another perception check.
8.
Okay, you don't hear anything. So what's everybody doing? What are you doing with the telekinetic? Or are you all just bugging out?
Yeah, I'm bugging out.
Wait. Elry flips the copper wire up into his mouth and casts message. Pick up the amulet. Pick up the gold thing that the overseer dropped. What happened to Cole?
He is gone. Yet
My
again.
God. Terrible mistake.
So who did you cast message to?
It would be Cool was the closest one, so
Yeah.
he would have cast Cool. Yeah.
And since I'm the only one that heard it, then I'm gonna listen to what he says, and hopefully, if I haven't passed where the necklace was at, I'll
I mean,
grab it.
you're at the kind of the 12 o'clock of the room. The door where the necklace is basically like 8 o'clock, and then y'all are heading out the like 4 o'clock door, right? So you just have to kind of go over here and then go over. I mean, it's only a 60-foot room, right? It's not that big of a room. So, you would just have to go over there, grab it, and then head out.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay. You go and pick it up and give me a perception check when you do that.
13?
You think you hear something. You're not sure what it is, but like there's like some like noise happening. You're not really sure. When you go to pick this amulet up.
Is the noise coming from around me, or is it coming from the amulet?
You just like, it's one of those things where you like, when you think you hear somebody say your name, but you like turn around and there's like nobody there. It's like that, but it wasn't even that distinct.
Okay.
So you pick the amulet up, you're running out. The building is still shaking. There's explosions popping off. It's about to get very violent as you hear it kind of moving through the walls. It's getting closer where E and this telekinetic is. So E, what are you doing with this? Y'all just gonna leave this person behind, or?
E is gonna lean down towards the telekinetic and extend a hand. I'm sorry. I will not hurt you. I understand what it is like to be a weapon.
And it feels almost like an eternity, even though it's only probably a second or two. But they kind of like look up and make eye contact with E. Their brilliant blue eyes, like you see, like fear in their eyes, and they look at your hand. And very delicately, she like reaches out and takes your hand.
E will help her up. Be like, I believe this place is on the verge of collapse or some other destruction. We shall go.
And in your mind, you hear a very scared voice. It is the Build-to translation. We're going home. It is fail-safe if anything happens to the overseer. And her mouth doesn't move, but it...
Okay. I'm still holding on to her, but as I take a few steps, I'm not pulling her.
She begins moving with you.
I will not make a decision for you, but you may come with us if you would like to.
I will be your prisoner. Yeah. I never expected this to happen to me.
You hear in your head.
Then we can go. And we'll just start getting out of there.
She keeps hold of your hand and just kind of follows behind timidly. Okay. So y'all all begin moving out. Damn you, backstage chat. So yes, y'all begin moving out, moving through the path, the tunneled path, heading towards where the cult housing is. You can already hear like you're not sure what there's a lot of voices and there's a lot of excited talking as you make your way through this tunnel, and you can you're moving up on the kind of communal room that y'all pass through, and there's a lot of cultists in there, and they're like all trying to yell over each other, like, "Oh no, the translation is happening. Where's the overseer? He's not here." Oh, and like some are praying to he who watches over all. Others are like, "Well, we should go fight them, shouldn't we?" You know, like, God damn it, Greg. But it sounds like there's quite a few people in the in the next room. How would y'all like to handle this?
Yeah, already believers. Believers in us. Let's say we take them with us. We could use the additional help.
I think we should, maybe if there's a scale that we could rank all of these people to see if
Let's scale from 1 to 10, you see.
what a great idea.
Yes.
Well, yeah, so like the telekinetic, would they be a 7 or a 9?
I mean, what's the metric? What's the metric that the scale is?
Anything less than a 7 is unacceptable.
Which are ability scores, of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, they are pretty weak looking right now, but you know,
Excellent.
you've seen what the other telekinetics can do when they're at full power, and you know, they're pretty potent. But again, this one was kind of unfinished. So
But yeah, but we're talking about the cultists here are just like I mean,
they're just normal humans.
Yeah, right. They're not equipped with the blasters or the head thing or anything.
No.
Yeah, okay. Fuck these people. Yeah, well, excuse me. I'm a professional. Fuck these people. We don't need them here.
The telekinetic must come with us. I believe we could make good use of their services.
And in your head, you hear her say, "What do you need me to do?" But she does not make eye contact.
For now, we need you to just listen and accept what is. Come with us if you want to live.
There's a Schwarzenegger line. We've gone this far. 33 episodes, everyone. And we've just hit our first Schwarzenegger line.
Get to the roses.
I was gonna say you need to work in and get to the chopper.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Do it now.
Everybody just I don't give a shit about any of these other people. I care about the people that we have, and E404 fucking made me care about this TK this telekinetic that we've got. So because of this like fucking precious moment. So whatever. Yeah, bring them along too, and let's just do this shit. The rest of them can burn. They made bad life decisions.
Okay.
Yeah. Hilda's hustling. She's genuinely touched, but she's not wasting any time on this shit.
Okay. So yeah, you get to the next room. Are y'all doing any kind of spell casting or like brandishing weapons? Like, what do you as you move into this kind of communal space? Because you still have to go. You have to go through like the living quarters, and then the re-education center, and then you're back to the tunnel, right? So you have 2 more kind of buildings to move through. You're not sure how many people are there because, like I said, you just kind of hear a group of people in the next room. So how are you entering the room?
Elry's going to burst in and cast Cause Fear at 2nd level for as many of these people as he can. And he's just going to say, get out of the way!
Okay. How many people does that affect? Everyone within like 30 feet, right?
I think so. I have never used it. We'll just, fuck it. We'll just do it. It might only affect 2 people. Hold on. Yeah, so it can only affect 2 people. So he's going to pick the 2 biggest people that are closest to the front, and he's going to cast it on the 2 of them in the hopes that they will push away and just kind of create a natural channel.
Is your DC higher than 12?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the 2, and it looks like there were 2 leaders, and one of them looks like they had like a stick that looks like a ritual stick, but it looks like they were brandishing it as a club, and they're trying to get the people riled up. And you bust in the room and they turn around. They're like, and it looks like they're about to point, and you don't know what they were going to yell, but they point, and then they're like, ah! And just both of them start running through, pushing through the crowd, and the crowd, who was kind of getting whipped up into a frenzy, now they kind of look unsure. Like their 2 leaders just ran away screaming as they look at this party that is covered in blood and other whatever. And so, what about the rest of y'all? What are y'all doing as you enter this room and see this crowd of people? There's probably a good 50, at least 50 people in this room. Like,
I just want to say that Elry has said when he comes in covered in, soot and shit, I have been chosen to kill you all.
Okay. They look pretty frightened. Is anybody else doing anything to help this appearance?
Daco helping the spectacle by waving around his sword wildly.
Okay.
To help sell Ellery.
Okay. E404, are you doing anything?
E doesn't want to frighten their new friend, so they're just gonna keep going.
Okay, well then in that case, Dakul, give me an intimidate check.
All right. Hey, that's not bad. Turned out shit anyways. 13.
13. Okay, yeah. Again, they take a couple steps back, but there is still a pretty fair-sized crowd in between y'all and the exit door on the opposite side of the room. Hilda, you're the only one that has left to act as y'all came in here. Is there anything you want to do to try to help disperse this crowd? Dakul tried to intimidate them, and they kind of took a step back, but they're still kind of holding their ground. The 2 leaders run away, but they're still like looking to each other, and they're like, well, they're sitting there in their head like, there's only like 5 of 6 of them. There's like 50 of us.
I mean, they're not being outright hostile, right?
Yeah, but they are barring your way, and it looks like they're trying to maintain their nerve to not give way to your advance. So I'm just asking, are you doing anything or just walking forward, or?
I'm just going to get my shield out and just try to push the crowd.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So not going to roll initiative, but I'm just going to kind of go around the horn here. First off, you said that you're running forward, Hilda. So what are you doing to push forward? Are you attacking them? Or are you just doing like an athletics check to kind of bull through them?
At this point, an athletics check. The second anybody does anything hostile to me, I'm casting Spirit Guardians, and they can take care of all these fuckers. Okay,
so go ahead and give me an athletics check as you try to push through this crowd.
Nat 20. There's a 24.
Okay, so I rolled a 19 because I was rolling with advantage because it's a crowd, but you managed to kind of form a wedge and kind of push into the first few ranks of people as they're like this armored dwarf with a shield and a hammer just kind of barrels into them, and they're like, what? How do we didn't sign up for this. So, oh my. But there's still a crowd there. So next up, Elry.
Okay, Elry is going to he's just going to continue to make his way. I can move through spaces occupied by things larger than me anyway, but Elry is not as nice as his captain. That's unfortunately the way of things. He might occasionally like NPCs that get thrown in, especially after he's either murdered a space hamster or a beloved crew member like Call. Shit happens, but Elry is here to make sure that the scales are always balanced. And so he doesn't really care for these NPCs. So as he is running through using his small movement, he is going to continue his barrage of fear tactics. He's not really attacking anybody. He's just igniting the lightsaber and striking around Achilles level as he's running through the crowd.
So you're Kill Billing it, so to speak?
Yeah.
Against the crazy 88? Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
You leave all of those feet. They're mine now.
So yeah, Elry kind of plunges in right after Hilda and just starts swiping, and 2, 3, 4 of them like fall to the ground sideways, a foot either lopped off or mostly lopped off. I'm not gonna have you roll for that because these are literally like 1/8 CR cultists. So
I figured they were minions. So I was just
yeah, I mean they're not really, So Dakul, what are you doing?
Daku has decided he must make an example of their strength. He finds the closest minion to them, attacks with stunning strike. Unarmed, of course.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, just give me an attack roll.
19.
Okay, yeah, you palm heal the first person, and they go flying back into the crowd, kind of forcing that wave. And E44, what are you doing? As y'all kind of make your way in this wedge, and you kind of start forcing your way, and it looks like you might be able to break through. So, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's going to do that thing where, they're a large robot.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just going to push through,
Okay, so just like an athletics check to just kind of shove through the crowd.
basically.
So go ahead and give me that.
That is a... that is a 17.
Okay. Yep. So as Hilda hits there and Elry's lopping feet and Dakul knocks another person back, E404 like plunges into the crowd and their lines break. They're just like, no! And they start screaming and like flipping the light on, and cockroaches, they just spread. It looks like they're running upstairs. And some are weeping. Some are just like sitting there, like crying out to some unseen he who watches over all. There's much gnashing of teeth. It's very like revelations for them right now, as this party has come in, and they're now making off with one of the temple guardians, and y'all managed to make it through here. It is a quick jaunt. Nobody gives chase as you make it through into the re-education center, and it looks like this place is pretty vacant. Like maybe most of the people had moved there into the quarters, and they were part of that group that was trying to hold you up. And you make your way to the docking tunnel, and y'all run down to the end there, and it looks like the hole that Elry cut has started to kind of. It looks like it started to close itself, like it's like healing. But you could still kind of squeeze through. You're going to have to make a check in order to get through, unless y'all would like to reopen it a bit.
As we're running to save time, Elry ignites his lightsaber and throwing it, and it should be red, but it's blue. But he throws it and he goes, "You are wise to lower your defenses." And he throws it, and it spins through the air and attacks the hole, and he returns it to him with the mage hand.
Awesome. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, you managed to cut down the line, and just the weight of y'all running down this docking tunnel, it kind of buckles, and that hole opens up wide enough where you'll be able to make it out. And as you get to the edge there, what you see is the Dawn Rose engaged in some very what would be high G maneuvers with this Illithid ship that is trying. You see this Illithid nautiloid with its tentacles out front. It looks like it's trying to grab the Dawn Rose, and the Dawn Rose is staying just ahead of it. On the crew, you don't see it returning fire. You see the crew hanging on for dear life as the ship is whipping around and using its speed and maneuverability to stay out of the reach of these tentacles. You also see in the distance the dwarven vessel, the Kargaira, is building up steam and is heading straight for the Illithid ship like a bullet train from hell. What would y'all like to do as you see this scene playing out?
Oh, Captain, we gotta get in there. We gotta get in there, Captain.
How do you suggest we do that, Elry?
Above my pay grade.
Mine too. You send a message. Send a message to Xander.
Yeah, Cool's gonna start. He's gonna pull out both swords and just start waving them to try and get the attention of the Dawn Rose.
Okay.
Can we call to Ellie? He flips the copper wire into his mouth and points at the ship, just at the ship, and he tries to get Ellie to swing down and pick him up.
Okay. Yeah, you pop your thing there, and you're telling Ellie to come down, and you hear her say, "I'll tell Xander he's flying the ship. I'm trying to help the crew be calm because of the speed. It's hurting them, but I'm trying to help them." And it's another few seconds, but then you see basically the Dawn Rose loop around, and it looks like they are making their way back. And you hear Ellie say to you, Elry, y'all need to back up, please. He's going to ram the ring to pick y'all up.
They're gonna ram the ring. We're getting rammed in the ring. Back up.
Okay. So it's another few seconds, and you see the Dawn Rose flip around, and it looks like he's flying right towards this docking port that y'all are at. And sure enough, the ram of the Dawn Rose splits it in half and kind of tears the end of this docking port off, and it runs up the side of the ship, cutting into the hull itself. And it almost comes to a complete stop. And there the ship is. In the distance, you can see the Illithid nautiloid turning about and bearing down. What do y'all do as you?
I don't mean to interrupt, but I think we just received
A Sooth card?
We
Let's
have
go ahead and
just
Sooth card right
received
quick.
a Sooth card. Thank you so much, our viewers. We're going to hit up this Soothe, which will impact the game. So I'm bringing you to the Path of Suns, which is the path of the human soul. And we are playing the Sooth card. It is the tyrannical clock. I'm going to turn this over to Pruitt to review very quickly. It's supposed to give the players a moment of joy per the chat. It's up to you how you want to interpret it, though, giving you control over this divinatory card, which represents oppression, time, countdown, schedule, and repetition, as we all live and die, quite literally, by time.
Yes, the time is now to get to the choppa, so to speak. And the Dawn Rose is right in front of you, and the recoil kind of gives y'all a push forward towards the Dawn Rose. So, well, you're gonna have to see about that, won't you? And so, yeah, if y'all want to make your way, either you want to give me an acrobatics or an athletics check to try to jump on there, you will have advantage on this check because of kind of the recoil of energy.
I was most certainly make an acrobatics check.
Okay, so that will be the the bonus, so to speak.
Can we do this?
You said we're rolling at advantage?
Yep, rolling at advantage.
Guys, let's do this Power Ranger style. Let's all run off and like.
Oh, 19. Yeah, 28.
Okay.
28 from me.
Yeah, DeCool makes an amazing like triple axle double front flip, you know, like, and then strikes a Power Rangers pose. You got to do the hand action.
You said we could use acrobatics, right?
Yeah, acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, so that's 31 for Elry. As Elry lands right beside DeCool, and as DeCool goes one way, he goes the other. And so when they end, Elry's arms are high and DeCool's are low. So they're
awesome. E and Hilda.
I got a 17 athletics.
Yeah, Hilda, you just like take 3 big steps and you like land on the deck of the ship. Y'all kind of land midship here. E404.
I'm not sure if you can hear me because my internet being a butt right now, but a dirty 20
Dirty
for
20.
athletics.
Okay, same thing. Y'all all just kind of like land, Elry and DeCool obviously a little bit more gracefully, whereas E and Hilda is just like you just clear this amazing distance and land on the Don Rose as it's trying to like back away. But you do see the Illithid ship bearing down. That ain't good. Bearing down on the Don Rose. The Don Rose is having some trouble extricating itself, the nose of the ship, as the end kind of swings around and it's trying to do a full reverse. The Illithid ship is about to crash into the Don Rose, right at where it's connected. So I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity save.
Is this the danger I can see through it?
Yeah, I mean, you see this coming, like this, like literally the Don Rose crashed in and you saw the Illithid ship bearing down and it looks like it's just trying to like ram the front of the Don Rose where it's connected. As you see the tentacles of this nautiloid like reaching out, trying to grasp the Don Rose.
And a cool roll of 16.
Cool.
16? Okay.
the deck save.
That's a 15 for E.
Okay.
17 for Hilda.
If you got a 16 or above, you manage to maintain your footing. If you like E, you fell down. Like you just kind of got knocked over to the side as this, you just got rammed by a ship. Okay. You hear wood breaking from the front of the Don Rose as the ship itself, under the initial impact and then this secondary impact from the Illithid nautiloid, it has taken a lot of damage. Elry, you always kind of, when you're on the ship, can hear Ellie because y'all have spent so much time together. It's almost like you have just like a conversational, and she's like weeping, like you're not sure where she is on the ship, but you hear her kind of crying a little bit. And it is in that moment, Hilda, you hear the voice of Hun-Her-Tu say to you, "Live well and give them hell for me." And it's at that moment you look over and the Kargyra at full speed plunges into the Illithid ship, and immediately there are reverberations and the sounds of explosions internally. Y'all are all shook. There is no deck save to pass here just because of the immense cacophony here. Everybody takes 6 damage from the concussion of this Illithid ship cracking in half. The front of the Don Rose is wrecked to say the least. But it begins backing away very slowly. And you're not sure if it's the ship itself or the concussive wave from the explosion, but it begins shifting back. And it is only about 10 or 15 seconds later that same immense clapping noise that you heard when the Illithid base first appeared. There is a loud buildup, almost a tension in your ears in space, and then and it is gone. The Illithid ship is gone. The Kargyra is gone. And the Dawn Rose is set adrift in the dearth. And that is where we will leave off tonight. Is everybody okay?
We live. We live.
We lived. I seriously thought in that first 2 rounds, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to TPK him. This is it. I will say this. You better be glad I did not roll a 5 or a 6 on his Mind Blast. Every round I was rolling, and I rolled 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. I mean, like, seriously, I didn't roll above a 3. And I was just like, man, they are so fucking lucky right now. Anyway. Whew. Well, that was fun. Everybody just take a deep breath. We'll have to survey the damage next time. But for now, that is the end of Starward Bound. For this week, we will, of course, take next week off because of Christmas. We need to converse about the next week because that's New Year's Day. So I'd be down for playing, but we'll have to talk and we will let everybody know. But we might be on a 2-week break. I'm not sure at this point, but we will keep everyone apprised to that. Let's go around to cast and crew, see how they liked it, and then we'll do our outros here. So we do like we always in reverse order. Kiana, how you doing? You have a new friend, and how are you? Okay?
Holy shit! We're live. I think that's the saltiest I've been in a very time. Congrats, Pruitt.
Thank you.
Man, I don't know what I expected, but no, it happened. This happened. I have a new friend who that was an interesting moment. I was really glad I saved on that wisdom. He would have terminated otherwise, and that would have been real sad.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we have a new friend now, and we're gonna talk things through, I guess, after we deal with the fact that we just lost Cole again, and also other allies. And things are never great for us, but it's space. We're here. It's awesome, especially with this crew. But until next time, whether that is 2 weeks from now or 3, whatever, you guys can find me over on Twitter at KennaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I'm all over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week. And now that I'm done school for the term, I'm doing a whole bunch of holiday streams, a whole bunch of stuff over the break, everything from D&D 5e to Lady Blackbird. And this Saturday is... Teenagers from Outer Space, Part Cool, with Emma and Greg, as well as Travis and Lindy. It is a wild fucking ride. So if you like really pulpy 80s adventures where you get to see teenage aliens have to deal with my bullshit, that's the game to go. So check it out over on Lindy's channel this Saturday at 10 a.m., I believe. I'm going to go back onto space and continue our grand adventure of ours.
Most definitely. Let's move it on over to Trey. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's up? We survived. Yeah. Oh man, I was thinking, I'm like, man, this might be the end of the year, the end of everything, and we lived. So I'm ecstatic that we can still continue this amazing game that I've enjoyed on a level that I don't think you absolutely realize. Now, hats down, hat whatever I'm trying to say right now. Hat tip. That's what I meant to say. To you once again, Prue, for coming up with something absolutely spectacular and amazing, and another hat tip to Grant as well for keeping everything together. Hey, did we on our scale of 1 to 10? Did we ever figure out the number of our new friend that we've gathered? I'm just wondering if her charisma's up to at least 9. That would be kind of nice. But anyways, I digress. You can hit me up on the Twitter sphere at Centel, or also on Instagram at Centel as well. Please be a huge supporter of Discover.org, where we teach the filmmaking process to the kiddies out there. And in the next 2 to 3 months, I will be out in Pruitt's World, out in Austin, as we receive an award from South by Southwest for some of the community service that we have done with this organization. So if you are at all interested, please check us out at our website. I'm looking forward to bringing new year in with this amazing crew and hopefully getting to know everybody, just a little bit better.
Awesome. I can't wait for you to get down here. It's going to get crazy. Next, Emma, how are you doing? You doing okay?
I'm good, Pruitt. That was perhaps the most tense session of Starward Bound we've ever had. Easily. I still hurt like right here. I'm turning off chat because Grant's being too funny. Yeah, I'm so relieved that went the way it did. It was a cool moment with Guiding Bolt. I was very happy and relieved.
Twice.
About that. Twice. Yes. Yeah. Oh, thank God. I've been legit nervous about that all week. This whole thing. I've been nervous about it all. And I'm so glad that I'm so glad that you didn't ruin Christmas, Pruitt. That's what it is. I'm so glad that you didn't do that.
Oh my. I see how it is. That's fine. That's fine.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle, although not everybody survived, and that's sad.
And that's sad, and I'm genuinely sad that Hunher isn't there anymore, because I kind of wanted Hilda to go make out with him and then forget about it.
You were just falling in love with Templeton, trying to get his soul back, and now you just bounce over to Hunher too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You just trampled all over Elroy's heart too. It's just, and the Dawn.
Yeah, it's you're a man eater. That's all you are.
Yeah. What can I say?
Well, and last but not least, Greg, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. That was a great session. I was convinced we were going down. Kiana said that she hadn't been as salty in a while. I'm going to tell you this. That was the saltiest I've been playing D&D in quite some time. I was so pissed at my rolls. And then I got pissed at everybody else's rolls for it's all fucking fate. We're rolling dice for Christ. I was pissed. I was that 12-year-old, 13-year-old pissed that you get when you play D&D. Yeah. And and then I thought we're all going to die and this sucks and fucking Pruitt. And, but the dice giveth and the dice taketh away. And then they do it in reverse, which was super fun. But,
right there.
Yep. I had a blast playing this game. Special thanks to chat for giving the charity boons and throwing money into the perfect cause for this time of year with seasonal depression and with all of the causes that go and are in support of the charity in question. And it was just great. It was really nice to see. The community here at WebDM is fantastic. I love it to death. I love it to pieces. I wish everyone have a happy holiday season, an even better new year, and join us back here in space whenever it's time to do so. But I am Jack 21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. You can find me here. You can find me there. You can find me everywhere. But tomorrow from 1 to 4, I'll be playing some Call of Cthulhu with Pruitt. And in the evening from 8 to 10 on my channel, we're going to be doing some Dragonlance D&D 5e, and Kiana will be there. So come join us and have fun. But otherwise, stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you all next year.
Yep. And before we go to sponsors and talk about everything, I want to give the crew in the chat two last gifts, one good and one bad. What would you like first, the good or the bad news?
Bad.
The bad news?
It's bad.
Yes, as y'all are floating away from this thing, you go down to the helm's room and check, and it is completely obliterated. You see the remains of Xander in pieces as he is, from both impacts, was torn asunder by boards and pieces of the hull. And you do know that Ellie was not in the helm's room, though. You find Ellie actually in the captain's quarters with both hamsters, holding them scared under the bed. And as you go to check that, DeCool, you look down at this pendant that you recovered, and you see what looks like a tiny, ghostly Templeton Ledbetter banging against the glass of the sapphire and mouthing something. And that is where we will leave off for the year.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope. I like
So
that.
this has been Starward Bound. We'll hope to see you next year. Come on back for some more fun. We have to figure out what the hell's going on here. Once again, thank you for all the donations for this charity event. This is still going through this next weekend. This is to benefit the Trans Lifeline and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Both are very excellent charities, and all these donations are going to help those people out because it is the time of giving, and these people are in need. So thank you for that. And also check out our sponsor, Tabletop Loot. WebDM15 gets you 15% off. So go check them out as well. So with that, we leave you, you good people in the chat. Hang around. We're gonna do a little bit of a raid, and so hang out and check out the next channel that we're gonna head over. We're gonna head over to Lindy. Everybody loves Lindy. We're gonna be back with RPGN this Sunday. So if you saw something tonight, clip it, send it to Sean at Power Score RPG, and maybe it'll be there. Maybe you see E transforming like a transformer from a goat to a robot. So anyway, we love you out there, and as we always say, may the dice ever roll in your favor.